not everybody has the skills to manifest. Because the big problem is always like this. You always have people that have the willpower, but then they don't have the character. So to find a person who has the characteristics, so his character, let's say, is suitable, merged together with the willpower that he also wants this way of life. This is something very, very rare.
Just a quick interruption for the video, guys. As many of you know, we are independent creators and filmmakers, but there is a massive attack on us right now. Traditional media over the last few years has started to slowly die. They are no longer the independent voice that you first thought they were. That's why we've created Mulligan Brothers Patreon. We've built something special for our most dedicated supporters, and I want to break it down for you real quick. The supporter tier gets you ad-free early access to both video and audio versions of Mulligan Brothers interviews 24 hours before it goes public. The executive tier gets you everything that a supporter tier gets, plus more. Exclusive interviews and behind the scenes content, walk and talks, daily routines, unreleased interviews, the stuff that you don't see anywhere else. And finally, the executive producer tier. Everything from the supporter tier and the executive tier, plus exclusive perks. Access to our treatment packages. Be the first to see which guests are coming up and get insight into the topics we'll be discussing before anyone else. And you'll even get an executive producer credit on every single documentary that we make. So if you've ever wanted to support the Mulligan Brothers mission of inspiring change so we can go around the world and get these stories that nobody else will, this is exactly how you do it. Go to patreon.com/Mulligan Brothers or click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. Join the community and help us inspire change. Let's dive back into the video.
Is it something that everybody has, or is it the select few who can manifest reality?
I strongly think that every human being, first of all, has a great possibility to take something in your own hands and base decisions that you are taking for your lifetime based on your own ideas. So you have something in your hands. This is the one part. At the same time, I also think there is something you don't have in your hands at all. It's not in your hands. It's out of question. Like what, for example? The fact that right now, my nose in that sense, or your nose, it is the nose that our grandfather 10 generations before also already had. So now the question is, how much influence do I have in deciding what nose is now here on my face? I think none. So that means there is some information that has been given to you, that has been given to me, that we were born with. You can't change it. That is the one part. Now, if I bring this thought a little bit more far, what does it mean? It means, I think some people are born with the character, let's say, of a sheep. Yeah, which doesn't mean a sheep is a bad animal. It just means a sheep is a sheep. And other people, other humans, maybe are born with a character which is a little bit more similar to one of a tiger. This is not about now which is like now better. It's not about better. It's about to understand where is your nature coming from. What is your natural aspiration? Why? Because somebody who like lives together always in the community, like a sheep, he doesn't want to become the CEO of a company and be the lonely wolf. He is happy to just have some time with the community friends, with his surroundings, and he's not interested in dominating other people. Yeah, but at the same time, if you put like just a few tigers together in a room, then the natural thing also happens. And some people are made to build something up. Meaning They are made to lead. They are made to guide. They have the potential inside of them to bring it out. And other ones, they are happy with the way how things are. When the rules are set, they just follow the rules and they are fine with it. And this is where I see a little bit that, importantly, that it's not about good or bad, but it is about listening to yourself. What is it that you really want on the one side, and also what you're capable of? And therefore, not everybody wants to manifest. Not everybody has the skills to manifest. And this is also something very funnily why in the Shaolin Temple, for example, we say from 1,000 students that come, ultimately maybe 1 or 2 from 1,000 are ultimately really staying in these type of practices. Because the big problem is always like this. You always have people that have the willpower, so they want. They really want it. But then they don't have the character. Then you have people which have really that type of character, that spirit of character that we were, let's say, looking for. The problem is, but he doesn't want to have this type of life. So to find a person who has the characteristics, so his character, let's say, is suitable, merged together with the willpower that he also wants this way of life. This is something very, very rare. It's very rare that something like this is happening. Many people want to achieve something great, yes, but they don't have the character to do it. Their character is going to stand on the way, on their own way. They have the willpower, but they don't have the character. Other people have the character, but they don't want. If you find someone who is able to inherit both sides, this is something very special. And this is then where I think the manifestation takes place.
There's, I think, a few people who have both. They then think about the 8 billion people and go, well, there's not enough space on planet Earth for everyone to succeed and live their dreams. What would you say to that?
I can only relate to how I see it in terms of, just now we had some lunch together. I was counting before. I said, so how many people did you prepare? I said we were 19 people. So it was prepared for 19 people. If everybody is fine with what he got, this is no problem. But if only one of us 19 would have started to be a little bit more greedy and a little bit more hungry, the problem starts. So what is it that I see? Either from the beginning of your approach, whatever this approach is, either your approach is always based on the integration of all other people also, then the chances are very high there will be enough space on this earth for everyone. But if there is the slightest, yes, but I want a little bit more than the other one, this is the beginning. That is the problem. Yeah, and how to get rid of this? Maybe one day the right people with the right mindset will be at the right places. Maybe.